Okay, sent you the link for the student practice site. When he types that link in, it'll take him to a page that looks like this. So he'll go right down here where it says sign in, and he'll click sign in. And he will select a grade level. And then he can choose these star release practice tests. Here's a third grade reading from 2018 and third grade reading from 2019. We did not take a test in 2020, so that's why you don't see that one. And there's also math for both years. And, oh, well, there's 2021 released test. And so there are several tests that he can choose from to practice on. So we'll just choose this one so I can show you how it works. So he'll choose a test that he would like to practice on. And then he can go down, and he's going to be able to choose, like, if he wants to zoom it in and make the font bigger, he can do that. If he wants to change the color of the background to make it more pleasing to his eyes, he can certainly do that. And he can change the size of the mouse. See, the mouse now is large green, or he can change it to whatever color he wants, or he can just use the system default. Okay, he will not be able to enable text-to-speech because he does not have an oral accommodation because he's not a special ed kiddo. It's not a writing test, so he won't need any spelling assistant because he won't have to do any writing. He will not be able to do content and language supports, again, because he's not a special ed student, and auto text-to-speech he won't be able. But these three right here, he can play around with and see if there's one of these that he likes better. So after he chooses, then he will click select, and then we can do, you can view the test settings, like if he chooses a different color or whatever, then you click OK. All right, so now we begin the test. So you click begin test now. Okay, this is a reading test. So in his reading test, every single student has the use of all these accommodations right up here at the top. Okay, so if there's a word that he doesn't understand, say context, then he can look it up in the dictionary. He can just type it in and look it up in the dictionary, and then it will read the definition to him. Or he will have to read the definition. It'll say the word.
Contest.
Okay, that's an example of the dictionary. He can also make notes and pen notes if he needs to. They have a line reader, and the line reader will follow along where he is reading as he clicks. Okay, and he can zoom in. And he can zoom out. Okay, you'll see the selection over here on the left side, and then the questions are here. If he wants to, he can actually go through and he can read the questions himself before he reads the passage. He can mark them for review. If he's not sure about that one and he wants to go to the next one, then he can put a little mark there. Like I said, he can use sticky notes and put on that question. If he wants to have the whole passage on the page where he can read it, he can just scroll down and read it. Then he can use this little arrow right up here. And if he wants all the questions, then he can use that arrow there. So he can manipulate back and forth how he would like for it to be. Okay. And that's how he uses the tools. So let him play around with this so he'll become familiar with it and comfortable with it, because that's how his test will be.